Yeah, another beautiful day, man. You know what I'm saying? Another real beautiful day at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? Focused on God, focused on Jesus at the end of the day. Y'all know us at this channel. We always going to be real big with our faith, real big with God at the end of the day. But I personally wanted to talk about DLSS 5. Personally, I wanted to talk about it. There's so much blasphemy going on, and the thing is with the internet, when you show somebody a sample of something, you're always going to get more criticism that's not constructive criticism. You're always going to get more criticism in the form of hate than you would get support. That's just how it is. But coming from somebody that does audio production, somebody that does software development, right? I've been doing software development for a while now, been doing it for a long time. One thing that I could say from a software developer standpoint, DLSS 5 looks beautiful. It looks magnificently beautiful. I really like what they're doing with it. I know people are saying, as far as the Resident Evil 9 example, right? Oh, it's not Grace's face, da 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 da. That's past the point. It actually makes her face look a lot more realistic. Even though you can tell it's AI, it still looks a lot more realistic. And I really like what they're doing with it. I really like where they're going with DLSS 5 at the end of the day. It looks really nice. It looks really good in my personal humble opinion. I personally think that if they bring it to at least the 3 and 4,000 series, it would be a blessing. Would I upgrade just to get it? I don't really know. I have an RTX 5060 in my sleeper build behind me over here. So I will be able to experiment with it on my 5060. If my 4070 isn't compatible with it, I will be able to experiment on the 5060. And I will be able to say, like, hey, you know what? If I like it enough, then I'll probably go upgrade to a more modern graphics card, even though the 4070 is still modern, right? It's not even 5 years old yet. So from that standpoint, I definitely like where DLSS 5 is going. Even then, when I on my side rig right here on my 5060, I turn on Cyberpunk, for example, Silent Hill 2, and I put DLSS 4.5 on performance. Even in 1080p, it still rivals or even looks better than FSR 1, 2, and 3 on quality or ultra quality mode. Yes, DLSS 4.5 performance, not ultra performance, but performance looks better than FSR on quality or ultra quality. Not FSR 4, but FSR 1, 2, and 3. DLSS is just the ultimate upscaler, and nobody's ever going to be able to pass DLSS at the end of the day. Nobody's ever going to be able to compete with NVIDIA in the graphics card market. And you guys know me coming from AMD for about a decade before I touched high-end GeForce graphics cards. And I'm going to tell you now, one thing that might be a little scary is that you may have to down your resolution in order to get the performance you're looking for, because they're saying that that it's actually going to eat more performance than actually give you performance. And so it's not necessarily a performance booster, it's actually taking performance to make the image look a lot more realistic, like real life. I actually like that. I like where DLSS is going. DLSS is 100% the future when it comes to upscaling with the NVIDIA graphics cards. So like I said, my thought is, I read two different kinds of sources where people said they're going to focus more on the RTX 5000 and the 4000, and then I read another source that says, well, they're going to focus on 5000 for now with DLSS 5, may be able to come to 3 and 4000. I really would enjoy if it came to my RTX 4070. If not, it wouldn't be the end of the world, because I still have a 5060 in my side rig right here, right? And so I'll be able to experiment with DLSS 5 regardless. And if I feel like it's worth another $1,000 out of my pocket, then yes, I will go get an RTX 5070, right? Or I'll go get a 5060 Ti 16 gigabit. I got an 8 gigabit 5060 right here in my side rig. But if that's the case, then yeah, I'll go get a 5070, man, or a 5060 Ti 16 gigabit just for the DLSS 5, right? And I have a 1440p monitor. So I like what DLSS 5 is looking like. I like what NVIDIA is trying to offer us and bring to the table. You know, a lot of people are blaspheming it at the end of the day, but at the end of the day, GeForce is bringing us something that we have not seen before. GeForce keeps delivering. They're bringing us things that other companies are not going to keep up with unless they find a way to compete at the end of the day. And AMD obviously is not going to compete. Intel, they don't really need to compete. All they need to do is just keep focusing on the low end market as far as the pricing. You know, just keep delivering graphics cards that are 20-30% faster. That's all you really need to do. And, you know, just bring us that. And you know, maybe you guys might be able to catch up to AMD, probably not on performance, but you might be able to beat them on the pricing at the end of the day. And that's all that really kind of matters. So yeah, I hope you guys liked the video. I'm going to start getting back into computer stuff slowly but surely. So God bless you guys. Jesus is King, you know, in DLSS 5. We'll see what happens because I'm definitely going to test it out on my 5060 over here. You know what I'm saying? Yes, sir. Shouts out to my Apollo Deltas out there.